this is Merek. He runs a YouTube agency doing around $70,000 a month, but every time he tries to run Facebook ads, he just loses tens of thousands of dollars every single time. He's tried lead magnets, VSL call funnels, and even a simple lead gen campaign, and nothing has worked for him. And to make matters even worse, he knows that he will never crack $100,000 a month if he doesn't figure this out. And after auditing his entire funnel, we figured out exactly why. And honestly, it was simpler than you think. So if you're running an online business and you've tried literally everything and you just can't seem to scale your paid ads consistently, odds are you're making either the same exact mistakes as Merek was or something very similar. So grab a pen and paper, pay attention, because this will be one of the most applicable paid ads videos that you've ever seen on YouTube. Oh, and by the way, there's a lot of stuff on here that we covered entirely in my free course, Click to Client. I'll leave a link down below in the description if you guys want to check it out. All right, so first things first, Merek, appreciate you jumping on. I'm going to give the audience a couple of questions going towards you so they have some context on your business, and then we're going to dive in. So obviously, you're in the B2B space. You guys provide a business-to-business service. And just for the context, guys, they also manage the editing and scripting and ideation, all these things for my personal YouTube channel. So if this is something that you're watching the content, you're like, this is dope, feel free to check them out down below in the description. So Merek, why don't you tell the audience a little bit more about your current stage, like revenue-wise, what are you guys doing, like your desired outcome, like why are you guys running ads, why are you not running ads, and like kind of your game plan going
Yeah, for
forward.
sure. Yeah, so like as Christian said, we got a YouTube agency. We've been in kind of like the content marketing space for like 3-4 years now. We played around with a lot of different offers, and we decided to focus on YouTube because we saw the biggest ROI for our clients there. We're doing about 70 a month right now, so like nothing too crazy. We've been all the way up to like 100. We've been back down a bunch with like the different offers that we're playing. We've tried to crack Facebook ads like a few times now with the different offers we've ran, and it just hasn't really worked, right? Like we'll try some type of funnel that we'll see. Like we got a lot of boys in the Facebook ad space, and like we've successfully ran like multiple campaigns even back in one of the previous offers for like a bunch of our clients. And usually we're really good at doing like info, but we haven't been able to crack like the B2B space, really, like agency kind of ad space. We've tried a bunch of different things. We've tried lead magnet funnels, we've tried direct VSL funnels, just like everything, and it hasn't worked. So hopefully Christian can give me some value on this call and we can figure this out.
100%. Do you want to go ahead and share your screen? Do you have the ad account pulled up?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Also, just context for you as well. I think that getting to 70, 100K a month is doable with outreach. But if you guys want to hit that 200, 300, 500K a month, you definitely need to crack some form of predictable client
Yeah,
acquisition, like
that
Meta or
was,
something like that.
dude, we 100% know that too, because we know like, hey, we see like we'll probably get to 100 like within the next like month, maybe month and a half. But then we know just like from talking to guys like you, talk to the other guys in our space, for us to actually get to 2, 3, 400 and onwards, we're gonna need to crack this. So I'm really hoping that like you can like crack this for me right now.
Yeah, let's do it. When's the last time you guys ran ads?
Um, I would say probably the end of last year. So like
Okay.
4 or 5 months ago.
Okay, cool. So let's do this. First things first, can you click on amount spent on the top right corner just so that we see where you spent most of the budget? It's right under where your mouse is. All right, perfect. So July 14th for the free training. Do you remember this campaign?
Yeah. Yeah. Roughly, it was just I think a regular VSL campaign.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so let's take a look at that. So click X, top left corner. Let's go through the structure. So click on ad sets. Okay, so these are the ad sets for this specific campaign. Okay, so I see what you guys did here. So obviously, this strategy does work to a certain extent if you want to force each ad to spend a certain dollar amount. In today's marketplace, I don't recommend this strategy because you're trying to run Meta ads without leveraging any of Meta's technology using this strategy. This is kind of forcing each video to spend. For example, you see the budget on the right side where it says 10, 10, 200, 40,
Yeah.
whatever. You're forcing Meta to spend that amount on that specific creative, Which, don't get me wrong, if they're proven to be winners and you want to allocate a certain amount of budget to them, then it's fine. But when it comes down to the actual ads themselves, when it comes to the ad set, you want to focus on actually like picking the right audience and choosing different types of audiences. So you can have interest-based audiences, you can have custom audiences, things of that nature. So here, instead of your ad set saying like video 8 open, video 7 open, just create one open and then put video 8, 7, 6, 3, and 5 all in one ad set. Because when people are shopping, just also for like food for thought for you, there are ads that are better at getting people into your ecosystem and ads that are better at getting them to book a call. When you force Meta to spend evenly, Meta cannot do that different staging for you. So it, like, let's say you're running 7 ads, it's going to potentially not have the ability to serve them in different orders and for Meta to figure out who is actually clicking on your stuff and in what order. So if it notices, for example, people tend to have a high conversion rate on, for example, video 6, because that has the most amount of website schedules. But if they see video 6 before seeing video 8, then they're likely not going to click on it. Mm-hmm. The way your structure right now is structured, it's not going to allow Meta to do that for you. If it figures that out, then it's going to serve them video 8 and then serve them video 6 in that specific order. So you have a very high conversion. It's going to look like video 6 is cooking and video 8 is not performing, when in reality, video 6 would not perform like that without video 8. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. So I would put everything into like one ad set instead of like splitting up the ads like I did here. So I did it completely
Which you can create multiple ad sets and have different segmentation. Because you can put, for example, you have a lot of creatives, which is good. Most people don't have that. So if you put all those creatives in an ad set and then have multiple ad sets with also all those creatives, you have a higher, like significantly higher chance of succeeding. So when you say open, do you mind opening the ad set so we can see what that looks like on the inside?
I think this was just more like the targeting in terms of what I was saying in the ad. I don't think I did any like actual targeting inside of the ad set. It was more like the ad and like how I was opening the ad was more broadly open.
Yeah, let's go on back to the ad set level just so I can double check, see what else could be potentially missing. Obviously, this part is correct. So you have a schedule as an event. Scroll down. You guys were spending enough to pick that. Just also another point of information. If you're doing a application into a book a call stage, typically for this, I recommend you start with a submit application action. And then once you have enough volume from that, you can then switch to schedule. So
how much do you think that you have to spend like on an ad set for it to get like enough views, I guess?
Yeah, so when it comes down to enough views, that's not that's like kind of like a rumor, I guess, that was spread in the space. In order for something to exit learning, you need 50 actions in that campaign in order for it to exit learning. So if your action is, call it $1, then you need to spend $50 on it to get exit learning. If your action is $150, obviously that number becomes drastically different.
And is an action like a link click, or what is an action?
An action is the requested conversion that you're asking for. So here you're asking for schedule. If your schedule is whatever, $200, 200 times 50, you need 10 grand to exit learning on average. You might do it for a little bit cheaper. You might do it for a little bit more expensive. Also, I'm noticing this is in Canadian. Is the ad account based in Canada?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, another thing, typically you don't want to have your ad schedules for 6:59 a.m. You want to schedule them for 11:59 p.m. so that the ads have a full 24 hours of learning, so it doesn't like cluster around the wrong part of the audience. I know this is like a 1% improvement, doesn't make that much of a difference, but I recommend doing it if you're not in a rush. If you're in a rush and your sales team is like super dry and you need to launch the ads like right away, then this is fine. All right, scroll down a little bit more. All right, right here. Typically what I would recommend here is click on show more controls. Typically for your price point, it is very rare that someone under the age of 25 could potentially afford it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure you have clients that are younger than that, but you need to set like a minimum age, typically 18 to 22. There is obviously people that are super successful in that age group, but it's like an anomaly. It's like the 1% of the 1%. So I would recommend if you're doing B2B, go for 25 and older, you're just basically cutting a little bit of fat, because those people that are 18 to 25, they're going to be the ones that consume the most amount of your content, but they're not going to be able to afford it, so it doesn't matter. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But the rest of this is all good. It's all accurate. Typically, I like to start with a pretty broad audience. And since you guys have been in business for a while, I would pull a list of two types of individuals. Number one, everybody that showed up to your appointments. And number two, everybody that has paid you any dollar amount at all. And create these two custom audiences. So you can also start targeting those individuals, which you can easily pull from your CRM. What CRM are you guys using?
We use GHL.
Yeah, so super easy. You can just go in, see whoever has scheduled an appointment, export those contacts, feed them into Meta, and then that's it. And inside GHL, you could also create a workflow that adds individuals to custom audiences in Meta. So this can be fully
Oh,
automated.
like an automation? Oh, that's goated. Yeah, we gotta do
Yeah,
that.
let me show you. Open your, if you don't mind opening your GHL and going to workflows, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Sick. All right, open your specific sub account. Click on automations on the left. All right, perfect. So what you want to do in here when you're creating a custom audience automation, so click on create workflow on top. We'll just keep it in draft, create from scratch. And then do you guys tag your leads like booked call or something when someone books a call and shows up?
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a showed tag or no?
We should, yes.
Okay, so click on the add new trigger. Just say tag added. Or yeah, contact tag. And then add filter. Tag is tag added. First one. Yep. And then just say showed. Click it. Just say showed. Okay.
Add new
And add
tag.
new tag. Yep. If you guys don't have that, just like try to do that when they do show up to the appointment. Click save trigger. And then click the plus under it. And then look up Facebook. Right there. Add the custom audience.
Oh wow, super easy.
And then you could also like you can connect your Facebook here. You don't necessarily need to do that right now, but you do need to have some sort of audience already created in order to do that. So just start with the audience that you already have through a spreadsheet. And then boom, you can just start importing these people. I would recommend doing one that cleans it up on the back end. That is basically something along the lines of like remove this person from a custom audience once they've paid, or remove them from a custom audience when they say do not disturb or dead or not interested and things like that.
And
Because you want to
if
keep the custom audience as potent as possible. And then from the custom audience, you can also create lookalikes.
so for the people that like haven't showed then and like they still filled out like our form and say they're qualified, should we add those people in or no?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. So there is so many things you can do here to take this to the next level. You could potentially do something along the lines of if someone has booked an appointment, but it has not happened yet, they're in a custom audience that you have a ad set that is like $10 a day. That is just remarketing to those people nonstop so that they see you an absurd amount of times before the appointment. Because, so you can stay top of mind. This is called like
Oh,
the
like
hammer.
hammer. Yeah.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Exactly. Obviously, very popular strategy and very powerful one as well. So, based on how much you guys have as a budget, I would definitely allocate like $10, $20 a day to something like that. Obviously, depending on the volume of calls you guys are getting. So,
Okay.
let's
cool.
go back into your ad account. This is just like food for thought on like the ad set level and how you can keep like the audiences potent. Now let's go to the ad side. All right, perfect. Let me see the primary text. Scroll down. Scroll down. All right, right here. Okay, let me read that. My clients generated 55 million or $5 million from YouTube videos that quote unquote failed. Most got under 3,000 views each. Here's the weird part. Everyone told them their videos sucked, low views, terrible engagement, no viral moments, complete YouTube failures by normal standard. But those failed videos with only a couple of thousands views generate $5 million in revenue in just 6 months. Okay. I like this. I think the fact that, so keep in mind, this hook is long and it's good for people that are more qualified. It's a little bit harder to convince someone that is a cold person that doesn't really even know that YouTube is a good strategy, that this is the right move. This is more targeted towards middle and bottom of the funnel. This is copy that converts people that already are convinced that YouTube is a good way for them to grow their business. Okay. Now keep in mind, I love the fact that you said 6 months. I would just move that all the way to the top. And also, when it comes down to testimonials, you want to try to mention a client's name or not say my clients generated $5 million. Okay.
Be
You can
specific.
say one of our clients generated $5 million from YouTube videos that failed in under 6 months. So that would be the first liner. So you have all the correct elements, but instead of my clients, just make it my client and then put the timeline on the top as well. All right, let's scroll down. Okay. Our clients discovered something way more valuable, hit the right people. Okay, good. No dancing on camera, no viral content. Okay. Scroll down. Okay, cool. So this doesn't follow my typical principle of PPPC, which I know you've heard from my videos. You want to talk about the pain and the promise a lot more clearly. So here it's like a lot of pain, pain. And then at the end, you make a promise and then you do a call to action. So your promise is we guarantee 200K additional MRR in 90 days, or we work for free until we do. That's way too crazy of a guarantee to where you put yourself in the bucket of these people that are making unachievable guarantees on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this, like, keep in mind, if someone qualified is watching your video and they're like, I'm interested, the minute they see that, it's going to turn them off. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like I, for example, decided to work with you guys because I saw you do a good job. I didn't work with you guys because of any guarantee. I'm pretty sure we don't have a guarantee together. Which
No, we
if
took
you
out
gave
this
me one,
guarantee like
yeah,
a while ago. Like
if you gave me
again,
one, I
these are
would have
like old
probably
ads.
passed. You
Yeah.
know, so the truth is, I'll give you an example. So, I started a second marketing company a couple years ago. I scaled it to 500K a month in 90 days, and then I ended up selling that agency. Okay. At that point in time, I launched an info product and I said, my agencies do $650,000 a month because that was true. I had another one doing 150. This one was doing 500. And I would even show Stripe screenshots and people still wouldn't believe it. And so I stopped saying that entirely. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but I don't talk about my personal revenue very much
Yeah.
because I don't want people to think I'm lying.
Yeah.
So same concept applies for the guarantees. So for something like this, you need to think about two audiences, people that are not convinced of YouTube and the people that are, and you need to craft copy specific to those individuals. And again, just follow the PPPC. And when it comes down to proof, not all proof is the same. Give them statistics, right? Average click-through rate that you guys get on your thumbnails, average view time that you guys get on your videos.
Should we
Average
tie it? That's
view.
actually a good question. I'm sorry to cut you off. That's a great question. Then
Yeah.
should we tie it more to, as we've seen, like with YouTube, especially like we'll have like their ads, their average order value on ads. If they watch a YouTube video at some point in their like kind of cold audience journey, we'll see their average order value go up by like 40% on one of the offers that we are working on. Are those specific things we should be talking about as well, or should we keep it narrowed down to just YouTube?
1,000%. I can guarantee you that there's some sort of statistic out there that if someone books a call and ends up watching a YouTube video between the time they book the call and the time the call happens, the show rate is significantly higher. It is some percentage. I don't know what it is. And the close rate is significantly higher. It is some percentage. So I actually end up closing a client for my consulting not too long ago, prior to us even working together. And he didn't even know about my YouTube at the time that he moved forward. But after he moved forward, he looked me up and found my YouTube. He ended up binging all my content and he ended up buying so many upsells from me as like consulting time. Hey, give me your opinion on my website. Hey, give me your opinion on this. So literally things that were significantly out of scope that created more revenue. So like just food for thought, like he literally paid me $20,000 to audit his website.
Yeah.
A 1 hour job that I would have never had if we didn't have the YouTube channel. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, those things are like obviously we are cognizant of those things, and like that's primarily like what our like messaging is now. in like our cold channels or like our cold outreach channels that we're utilizing is like it just YouTube makes all of your other acquisition channels just perform better across the board. Like every metric you can think of performs better. We have like metrics for some of our clients. Obviously, it's like difficult to get exact benchmarks because we need to have so much tracking across all of our clients that a lot of them they don't want us to have that same tracking, right?
100%.
But yeah, like I think you're right. Like that is the messaging that we should be pushing more.
So like there's so many different angles because your service is literally so sexy because with the rise of AI, you know how like in our videos when I talk about insurance, how we made like 401k and Roth IRA the enemy?
Yeah,
For you guys, AI is the enemy, but not your enemy, your customer's enemy.
right,
It's like you're going to be replaced by AI unless you build a personal brand. The best way to build a personal brand is YouTube. This is how we build YouTube. You see what I'm saying?
right.
So you can have an ad angle that is that because majority of people selling like your type of service, they're just pitching like, here's the channel that we made blow up. Work with us. So if everybody's pitching that, you already know the rules that I follow. If everybody's pitching that, I don't want to pitch that.
Yeah. Well, that's I
So
think what we got caught into here too. Like we threw a
yeah,
guarantee in here.
because
We
everybody else is.
yeah, everyone else was throwing like these crazy guarantees. We were like trying everything. We tried like one guy was ripping with like build a recognizable brand on YouTube. So we tried that angle for a little bit. And nothing really just like stuck. So I think you're right. Like we were just using too much like copycat stuff rather than like creating our own angle going against the grain.
100%. Question for you. Do you mind sharing your screen one more time so I can see the actual video creative?
Yeah, for
Because now
sure.
when it comes down to the copy, I think we're like both on the same page of like we need copy for cold and middle of funnel. And then there's so many different angles that we can attack. Because that's why I'm doing YouTube personally.
Yeah,
I like sure it's great for the upsells and the revenue and things like that. But I'm primarily doing it for personal brand. Even though I'm very good with AI, I'm doing it because I want to stay relevant in 10 years. You know what I mean? In my
yeah,
business.
yeah.
So
Okay, cool.
all right, so now that we pulled up the videos, let's see if we can play them.
Here's a client acquisition system that never needs updated. While you refresh your Facebook ad creatives every week, YouTube videos
Okay,
from
pause.
2019.
Be honest with me. What do you think of this hook?
Pretty terrible.
Like, what is the incentive to watch the rest of the video?
Yeah. No,
You see
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, well, we created like a bunch of different hooks. So in my defense, we created like a bunch of hooks for like a couple ad bodies. We had like 2 ad bodies and maybe created like 30 hooks or however many hooks it says here, like 17
Right.
hooks. And we thought that would work, but like it it didn't really
Didn't
work.
work? I got you.
Yeah.
It sounds that like that hook doesn't sound like human written. I'm guessing you guys used AI to come up with the hooks. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. I love to use AI in as many situations as possible. But when it comes down to creating a hook that really, really, really changes the game, you need to sit down and dig super deep into their pain because AI is set up to give you a response no matter what. You want to keep diving into the pain, thinking of different angles, thinking of different things. Like for example, just off the top of my head, I think a hook that would do really well is if you don't do this, it's going to become impossible to build a personal brand in 2026.
Right.
I would watch the rest of that video personally
Right.
because my objective is to build a personal brand. So play this one. Let's see.
If you're still chasing 2% CTRs and fighting Facebook's algorithm, you're playing the losing game. This Nucleus YouTube
Okay. So this is good. This is better than the first one you showed me. But food for thought here as well is you're talking about 2 different things. You're talking about click-through rates and then Facebook ads. Unless the click-through rate you're referring to are Facebook ad related, which I know is not your service.
Yeah, that's not.
So a better hook here, and keep in mind there's 2 versions of hook. There's positive and negative. This one is negative. Obviously, you're telling them the bad stuff. You could also say something along the lines of this Nucleus YouTube strategy is averaging our clients a 7% click-through rate on their YouTube videos. That's a positive version of it that I would say is framed probably better for the Meta ads audience. You could even remove the YouTube Nucleus side and just talk about the click-through rate. Scroll down. Let's see one of the videos that was in that campaign that we were looking at.
Yeah.
Right there.
Like this one was in it, I believe.
Yep. Click it and then scroll all the way to the top.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Look, if you're still grinding Facebook ads and cold outreach for leads, you're simply playing the wrong game. But I'm going to show you the YouTube acquisition system that generated over $5 million this year alone, and why smart entrepreneurs are ditching the traditional marketing methods for this instead.
Okay, so I think this hook is better. I want to finish the rest of that ad. One thing that I noticed is a red flag is this is a 2.5-minute ad, which is way too long for you to deliver your message, okay? You're gonna keep it short, 60 seconds, 45 seconds, whatever it may be. I think it's good here that you made email marketing and Facebook ads the enemy. I'm a big fan of that, even though I specialize in Facebook ads. But I think that's the right move, because you're gonna get a lot of people that talk about Facebook ads to be triggered and comment, which is gonna push your video to more people, right?
Yeah.
So something along the lines of there is like a fine line between saying incorrect things online to get people to comment, and then that impacting your credibility negatively, right? So you need to decide what side of the field you want to play on. I personally, I don't mind this, but you need to say it in a factual way. So like when we talked about 401k and Roth IRA, we made them the enemy. Obviously, there's people that are like fanboys of those things so that they can retire. Instead, here, saying Facebook ads and email marketing doesn't work is false, but saying this strategy is better than Facebook ads and email marketing, now that you're not lying, but you're still triggering the people that are big fanboys of Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
I love this hook. Let's play the body.
My company, Dominate Media, has created a YouTube system that is responsible for $5 million in revenue for our clients in
Love
Q1
it.
and Q2 of 2025. And it's not from viral videos or lucky algorithm hits either. It's from a systematic approach that turns YouTube into a predictable revenue machine. One of our clients generated $3.1 million in just 7 months, while his videos were only
Love it.
getting 1 to 3K views each. Another one went from 50K a month to 350K a month in just 3 months. And another one started an entire info business from scratch and went from 0 to 150K a month in just 4 weeks. And over the next few seconds, I'm going to explain the exact 3 steps of this system explained at a high level so you can fully grasp how powerful this system is. First, we build what I call an intentional YouTube strategy. 3 tiers of videos that
This
work
is VSL content.
Sorry.
This is VSL content.
All right.
Continue.
together like a Swiss Army knife. Every video serves a specific purpose in this 3-tier YouTube funnel system. Your VSL YouTube video brings in 70 to 80% of your revenue. Imagine that as your bottom of funnel. Your niche videos showcase your
Even though this is VSL content, it can still be used on ads just as retargeting to people that already went to your landing page without the initial hook and proof and promise.
Right. So it's like we use this as like that hammer strategy you were speaking about.
Correct. Yes. And I mean, I love the fact that it's 3 steps and it's broken down. If you can break it down in 60 seconds or 30 seconds or 40 seconds, where like, let's say you have 10 seconds per bullet point and then you have hook and call to action, I think this would be a phenomenal middle funnel ad.
Okay.
All right, cool. I mean, I think you get the gist when it comes down to the ads and why they haven't performed as well as you want to. It's like you're trying to talk to new people and people that know who you are. The videos are too long and they are speaking about a million different things. The copy is way too long as well to where people are going to give up and not read it. So
And
as
on
long
the
as you check off the boxes, you're good.
right. And when you're like creating hooks and you're creating these angles, like out of everything you've said, like obviously it's all valuable, but I think like the hardest thing to do is to come up with those angles, is to come up with like those different hooks that are like staying factual, but then positioning you against the grain. Do you have like a framework for like how to come up with those, or like an actual process?
Yeah. For step 1, go to the ads library, figure out what everybody else is saying, and make it a rule that you cannot say that. That's step 1. Step 2, put bullet points of really the reason why someone decided to work with you in not a way that is like egotistical, in a way that is truly transparent with yourself. This is kind of like a self-discovery. Like getting Facebook ads to work is low-key like a self-discovery of who you really are. Because think about it like this. Facebook ads are like gasoline. If you have no fire, they're not gonna, it's basically gonna just make a mess.
Right.
But if you have a fire, you're gonna make a massive fire. You're gonna grow your business like crazy, right? So, for example, you can sit down and say, oh, this person moved forward with us because this person is a phenomenal closer and they brought them on board. Or you could sit down and say, okay, This person's main objection to us was that they want to grow their business, but they don't have a lot of money. But they really wanted this YouTube thing. Okay, why did they want this YouTube thing? Okay, well, they were investing time and money into it anyways, and they were not getting the results that they want. Okay, cool. So they wanted results on YouTube and they didn't have money. Why did they prioritize it? Why was it that important to them? Okay, they noticed that the leads that come from YouTube are the highest quality leads that come through their entire acquisition systems. Okay, cool. Now we hook onto that. So now the hook of an ad like that is, let's compare Facebook ads, email marketing, and YouTube ads, or and YouTube organic content conversion rate on leads. Then you can break down show rate. Then you can break down close rate. Then you can break down whatever. I mean, obviously these are gonna be like a little bit more intense, but I think that, I mean, obviously someone that comes from YouTube is a lot more qualified than someone that comes from Facebook.
Yeah.
This is just facts. They just consumed a bunch of your content.
Yeah.
They're gonna more likely show up because they consumed your content, and they're more likely going to buy because they already pre-built a relationship with you and you don't even know they exist. You know, so you are selling literally the most attractive thing that people want to get, which is, I'll tell you this. If you had the ability to sell someone a YouTube channel with an engaging following, and that YouTube channel has $100,000, has 100,000 subscribers, and all of those subscribers automatically know the person that's going to buy it, and that trust is transferred, I can promise you, you're going to find people that will buy that from you for $500,000 or $1 million, for sure, because that is something that is even successful people cannot buy. You can't just buy your way into YouTube. You can't just buy your way into an audience that loves you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you have Mr. Beast money where you can spend $1 million on a video, but majority of people cannot. So it doesn't matter how successful their business is. They could be making $500,000 a month. And even if they invest 50 to 100K a month into their YouTube, that's still something that is going to take time for them to achieve. It's not like a car you can go to a dealership and buy. It's not like Facebook ads where you can turn them on and instantly get leads. YouTube is the only thing, personal brand is the only thing that you build with time. And that's why it's such a valuable service.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think like again, we like got caught up in like what everyone else was doing, and two, like maybe like a lack of confidence as well to like go against the grain, and to like create content, because I feel like you're saying almost to like create like the less sexy content, like it's gonna take more time to build this and do that kind of stuff, but that is probably like the best direction. And like whenever we have sold people on like a revenue promise or like these promises, not that like they don't make a bunch of revenue, it's just like those are usually the worst clients to kind of work with long term as well.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think you get the gist. So like my framework is this. It's trying to use AI to clean up your ideas and then keep asking questions. So you see how when I audited like that fake sales call of why this person moved forward with us, it's always why. Eventually when you get to the true deep down desire and why they did it, that's your hook.
Right. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, that's a lot of clarity. That's like super helpful. Thank you.
Of course, bro. Do you want to go into the funnel now?
Yeah. Let's take a look.
Because that's just as important, you know?
Yeah. Let's see here. There we go. So we had a bunch of these funnels. Some of them we were running like
Which one was the main one that you guys spent the most amount of money on?
it is just this one.
Is that the one?
This was one of them, yeah.
Okay. So first things first, scroll up. The hook is too long. The headline is too long. So how I use this simple 3-step content acquisition system to generate 2.3 million in new MRR in 90 days for 47 agency owners. Even though the content is gas, it's too long. And if you want to keep something long, it's fine, which obviously is ideal if it's not. Make sure that you have contrasting colors, because right now this looks like a massive wall of text. It's just like black and white. which is maybe what you like, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's what the audience likes, you know? So something like this, keep trying to make it shorter. So instead of how I use this 3-step content acquisition system to generate $2.3 million in new MRR in 90 days for 47 agency owners, you could literally say the same thing way shorter, something along the lines of, this content acquisition system generated $2.3 million in 90 days for 47 agency owners.
Yeah, you
Almost
like cut
simple.
it in half.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When it comes down to the VSL, play it. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, you can't play it. It's a
With the lead
it's a wall.
capture.
Okay.
Yeah.
For something like this, I would personally not do an opt-in. I would do a direct book a call, but I would ask a bunch of questions on the book a call. Okay, so you
It's
can't.
broken anyway. Let me find one that's just open. Probably this one.
Okay, let's see. Why are you guys quotating your headlines? Is that like something that you guys are trying to do on purpose?
Well, we were like A/B testing like headline for a little bit. Well, this is a lead magnet we did.
Okay. And I think when you're trying to call out your audience, saying something of tired of being invisible is pretty weak. Call out their revenue so they can actually afford your service in that situation. So say something along the lines of info business owners doing 30K a month plus only. So
Right.
it's not like calling out the audience in like a way through the ad. It's like them being able to DQ themselves if they're not at that revenue marker. It's pretty difficult, I would say, for someone if they're not making that kind of income to hire you guys. You know what I mean? If it doesn't have an instant payoff.
Right. I'm trying to find one of these that works.
That's another.
Oh, this was another lead magnet one we did.
Just go to the ads manager and you can pull it up from the campaign that spent the most amount of money. There you go. All right, click on the one that spent the 14K, change from 30 days to maximum. There you go. Free training, July 14th. Yep, click on any of these ads and click on the funnel. Okay. So you guys went straight into an application. Okay, scroll down.
That's it. I think we had a VSL here for a little bit.
Okay.
And I think we switched it to just an application because our ads were so long that it kind of acted as a VSL. But obviously it didn't work very well.
Okay. Sounds good. So
the VSL we were running, if you did want to see it though, I can pull it up.
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay.
So I think you get the gist when it comes to the headline. Keep it short and make sure it correlates with the ads so they get the same thing that they click to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's so obvious to me that you guys are YouTube experts because the way your funnels are structured are as if they're a YouTube video. Like your headline is written like a title. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have used this YouTube system to all of the biggest entrepreneurs in the world have used this YouTube system to scale to $1 million months. So if you're looking for a done for you YouTube system that gets you an ROI from a team that has hundreds of millions of views and experience, then here's exactly what we do. We build you a custom YouTube strategy based around a proven nucleus YouTube system that gets you clients with a way better ROI than paid ads and with way less effort. You can just sit down for 90 minutes per week and then your content gets handled and packs your calendar with the easiest leads you'll ever close because they already know you, like you, and trust you. And this system has scaled our longtime client, Lewis, from just under 100K all the way to $3.1 million in just 7 months. And when I explain how this system works, generating predictable revenue off YouTube is going to seem a lot simpler. To be clear though, this is simple, not easy. But the question is, will this system work for you? And as long as you're an expert in what you do, the system will crush for you. And it doesn't matter if you sell a service, you're a SaaS company, or you sell an info product. SaaS companies consistently in Hey Reach.
It was so good until you said that. You want to sell to one person. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I know you guys can serve all these individuals, but make the VSL is objective for you to educate them on your system and to tell them who you would like to work with. And if they are that person, to apply below. But if they're not that person, then you don't really want to work with them. Okay?
Okay.
Continue. Play. But the beginning was
Use this.
10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah, appreciate that.
Iman Gotzi, Jeremy Haynes, and other info guys have used this, and even Alex Ramosi has used this to not only push his book launches, but to acquire companies for acquisition.com. And even though all these big players use this Nucleus YouTube system doesn't actually require tens of millions of views to make it work. You don't need to have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. You don't even need to run super complex organic funnels. What we're able to do and what Dominate Media is really known for is targeting organic audiences. And we do that by creating videos that solve your customers' problems inside of a qualifying funnel directly on YouTube. And I'm going to break down exactly how that works in just a second. But look, if you don't already have a business and you don't have anything to sell, please don't book a call. This system revolves around getting your Nucleus YouTube VSL hundreds of thousands of targeted organic views. And if you don't have anything to sell, we obviously can't write a VSL for you. But if you already have a business that's doing at least 100K a month or more, mathematically making content that gets tons of views on your sales assets organically has the highest ROI out of any other marketing system out there right now, including paid ads, webinars, email, cold outbound, everything. And we've seen the numbers.
Yeah, it's so good. Your VSL was never the problem.
Yeah, so it's just the ads part.
Yeah, I would say the ads and the landing page itself, they could definitely use some work, 100%. So, yeah, I would say that's pretty much it. I would say VSL-wise, the only thing you would change is talk to one person instead of anybody that has a business. Just sell it to one who's your ideal client. Like, for example, right now, out of you guys' client list, how many of them, what's the most common industry you guys serve?
Probably info.
Done. That's it. That's who you sell to. You see what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, we're like the issue we always run back to is because we're so like fragmented. Because like we have like some pretty like high ticket clients in right now it's like the sales space, and then we have like agency guys like yourself, and then we also have info guys. So it is like we have the most in info, but it's not by that much. We have like maybe 35%, 40% info, and then the rest is split between like agency and sales.
Yeah.
Right.
So when it comes to agency and sales, keep getting them the same way you're getting them now. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
But for your paid ads, target one. I mean, if you want to target the other two as well, easy. Just create replica funnels and replica VSLs that speak to those individuals, and that's it.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And I think if you apply all these things, dude, you guys would be ripping on paid ads. I mean, I think for your type of business, you should be paying probably like $125 to $200 per book call. You should be averaging about a 70% show rate, and you should be averaging about a 25% close rate. At your price point, the math is mathing from day one, right?
Yeah.
After you pay salesperson commission and probably some fulfillment costs, let's say you make a couple bucks month one and your real profit comes in month two. And then that's the whole point. Because the person that's willing to pay the most to acquire a customer always wins. I'm sure you've heard that.
Yeah.
The question is how much.
Yeah.
So like, for example, like we charge 10K a month. Okay. I'm willing to pay 30,000 to acquire that customer because I know that customer stays with me on average for 18 months. You see what I'm saying? So like, I'm cool
for
losing money
agency,
for 18 months.
I'm sorry to cut you off. That's a good question though. Like, because we have obviously a lot of other guys in the space that say like, hey, like I'm willing to pay up to like the first month of like their like recurring price to acquire this customer. Is that how you think about it as well?
1,000%. I'm willing to pay 3 months because I'm confident in my fulfillment.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that obviously depends. Some people will think I'm crazy for saying that. So it really comes down to you.
Yeah, I mean, like our LTV is like extremely strong as well, and so we could.
It also
pay,
depends on how much money you have sitting cash in the bank that you're okay with.
Yeah,
not
like
making
cash
money.
velocity, right? Like that's what we also considered. Like, if we are going to be like acquiring people for like I don't know 2K, 4K, 6K, 8K, like that just limits how much we're actually able to like spend and to scale, right?
So that's the thing. When it comes down to scaling, you have two options. You can keep the business the way you have it now. Your biggest expense, I'm guessing, is employee cost, correct? Editors and shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can either run your business like that, or you can sacrifice short term, scale your revenue, but your profit stays the same. And then when your ads are dialed in, your company's already doing 200K MRR, you can then dial down the ads and you can be satisfied at that dollar amount. The thing is, with the online space, everybody has this misconception that what you need to do is scale to infinity, which is not possible. So I'll tell you something. Once you guys hit 200K a month, you're probably going to feel slightly bottlenecked. You're going to start to have issues on fulfillment. You're going to start having issues on sales. And then usually, like any marketing agency that I've seen above 250K a month is not the best business to run. I think it's a very good model up till 200, maybe even slightly less, maybe even like 160, 150. And then use that cash flow to start building your own personal brand. You know what I mean? And to
Yeah.
expand to alternative businesses. So like, for example, right now, majority of my deal flow comes from me shaking hands and not trying to sell them my services. And then if they come to me with an opportunity, I could either sell them on becoming a customer, or I can sell them on me joining their opportunity. So it does come down to you. Because like,
Right.
for example, right now, if you came to me and you were like, hey, Christian, I'd like to get equity into your YouTube channel, but I want to give you XYZ additional services because I believe you're going to be a personal brand that is going to be massive in the space. I would love to sit down and talk about that. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is, most people will only look at the monthly fee, which is totally fine. It depends on what you desire in your business.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can obviously consider that. And we realize that like it like we think that we can, if we expand into like other offers as well, we think that we can probably like hit 1 million if we get like Facebook ads going, possibly we introduce short form, possibly introduce like all these other offers. We think we could kind of like horizontally scale like that. Obviously, YouTube itself is going to be like quite difficult to get to like that like $1 million a month mark. And so that's how we were thinking about it. And then once we got there, we were thinking like, yeah, like the private equity players, so something along the lines of that, where you're getting like actual like equity and like the deals you're working on is obviously like the long term plan. I know that's what you moved into now.
For sure. Exactly. And so that's the thing, is like your business at 1 million a month is going to be a complete shit show. I promise you that.
Yeah.
So you have to build micro agencies inside your agency, and that's how you get to that number. So it's like,
Yeah.
let's say you build like long form YouTube. Let's say you get it to 100, 150. That one's automated. Cool. It doesn't require Merek. You move to a short form. You move to a Instagram. You move into TikTok. You move into paid ads. You move into SEO. You move into AI SEO. You move into whatever,
Right.
like
Yeah.
consulting. So there's so many different things you can do. Email marketing, even. So like when you say like you want to hit 1 million a month, doing it off that one service is doable. It's just a nightmare. So you have to pick your battles.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, like obviously, I don't know if you've considered this as well, and I'm sure like a lot of people that have watched to this point can get value from this. But have you ever considered like doing like rev share kind of stuff to try to like boost your total revenue?
Absolutely. So I do rev share all the time, but I don't do rev share before I work with them. So if someone wants to negotiate a rev share, no problem. Work with us for 90 days. I want to figure out if I want to work with you on a rev share basis. Because when you talk about rev share, you need to know the sales ability of the other person, and you want to know what the input that you guys can put on the table. So like,
That's
for
ex-
example,
Yeah.
let's say you've obviously seen my sales ability. If you guys figure out how many appointments you guys can consistently get on a monthly basis, then it makes a lot more sense to do a rev share. But if you don't know my sales ability and you don't know how many appointments you can get, then it's kind of like foolish to go into a partnership when you have guaranteed money on the table. I would
Yeah,
go
like
fee until you figure out what they are and who they are.
that's what's usually happened to us in the past. Like we've done rev share deals where like we're covering all of the costs. Like one time we delivered we booked like 70 plus qualified calls for a guy in a month, and he closed one person. And like these people all came in qualified. We're looking at the call recordings. We're like, how the fuck, like these people are just like, they're essentially laydowns, and and you're somehow like just can't close them. And so it always comes down to like the sales side. We're like, well, if we did do rev share, then like we would either need to help build out your sales department, which is just like not our expertise at this certain at this certain level, or it would have to be like a pay per call kind of situation, or like something like that, right?
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
the more skin you have in the game, the higher risk it is. And if your revenue is dependent on someone else, you best make sure that that someone else is legit. Because I tell people like that all the time. A lot of people come to me and they're like, hey, would you do my paid ads for rev share? I'm like, absolutely not. And they're like, damn, that was like aggressive. I was like, I don't know your sales ability. And then they're trying to sell me on their sales ability. And then I can take the conversation and divert it into, well, if you're that good, why aren't you confident in investing in us? Because I know how many appointments I can get you. You just saw your ad account. You're paying $350 per call. If I bring that down to 200, my costs are covered within 2 weeks of your ad spend. If you're not confident in your sales ability, it's kind of disrespectful that you'd even ask me to do a rev share.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
So
that's
it
a
does
nice
come
little
down
like
to you.
sales angle as well. Oh, little golden nugget for the audience.
Yeah. Now, because I know that I talk mostly about Facebook ads, but I would say my field of expertise, like my favorite thing to do in any business is sales.
Yeah.
So maybe we should change our channel to talk about sales.
Yeah. Start a little sub channel. Christian Jamal sales.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I think the audit was great. I think the audience definitely got some value out of it, especially if they got to this point in the video. Yeah, again, guys, if you guys want to check Merek and their team, I'll leave a link down below in the description so you guys can book a call. Again, I'm super impressed with their work. Really good work. The thought process behind the videos, the thumbnails, everything's like really, really incredible. And again, I'm not just
Appreciate
hyping you up because you guys are working on my stuff. I'm genuinely impressed with your work. So I want to say thank you for hopping on the video with me, and thank you for all the great work you guys are doing for the channel.
Hey man, I appreciate it. It's been fun. And if anybody is watching in the US and you see a little hype button, click on that hype button. It'll boost the channel like crazy. That's like they just launched this new feature like a couple months ago. That like helps like incentivize small channels to like their audience can click this little hype button, and it's like this secret little thing that only US users have it, and it'll boost the videos like crazy. So if you guys see that, hit the like, hit the hype button, and like comment. Let's get the engagement on this video going crazy. Like I'd love to see more engagement on your videos, bro.
Thank you, brother. All right. So if you enjoyed this audit and want to dive deeper into stuff like this, that's exactly what I break down inside my free course, Click to Client. I'll leave the link below down in the description, and I walk you exactly through how to run profitable ads from beginner all the way to expert. And if you want to see exactly how to write hooks that actually convert, which is the thing that I was just telling Merek about was killing most of his ads, check this video out next.